haven't touched.
What do you mean?
I think there's like a DLC. I think there's DLC for the game though, because like I saw some. I was just looking through shit. I think I saw.
For what game?
Oh, I forgot. I'm talking about Remnant, the game that we quote unquote was trying to burn out.
Yeah, which I realized that Minecraft Dungeons I burned out way before I burned out
Remnant, because Minecraft Dungeons is like base, like literally base game, nothing additional.
Yeah,
so like
true.
With Remnant, it actually had probably like multiple updates.
Content, yeah.
You know, yeah. I think it added more, so yeah, it did. It's like a whole different person. There's a whole other guy, that I think that gives you armor or something like that. Something with armor. Besides the lady that gives you more parts.
What do you mean the whole guy that gives you armor? We always had the guy that gives us armor. What?
No, it's a whole new. No. It's a different. Like it looks different though. Oh, I got the money. I don't have the money to get. Okay. Oh, I guess she's DLC then. I don't know.
Okay, I guess.
There you go.
But yeah. I guess so. Like we were saying before I even fucking started this little podcast, because it's having casual conversation with this music going on. Which by the way, when I have to go out to do the package, you're gonna have to be the one to fill the time. By the way. This time.
Fill out the time. Oh, yeah, there is DLC left.
Interesting. DLC for a game I can't play.
Alright, I'm gonna stop this.
But yeah, it's interesting
to
buy
it. Soul Knight in a minute. On my phone.
Okay. There is a way to play Soul Knight online. I haven't tried it out yet, purely because I never had anyone to try it out with. But I guess we could try it out. I'll give you the link to the Discord for it to go check it out and see how it is. It feels a bit weird. It looks a bit weird, but like, we might like actually be able to do. Oh my god, if it works properly, we might be able to do. Videos on it. Also, yeah. Also, I'll be right back because I believe he's here.
Oh, well, guys, I guess he's trying to go. It's weird. How y'all, guys, days good? What? Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's the link. That's good. Nothing new. Yeah, just kind of like it. I don't really know what to say, because like, this is odd. And it wants me to fill up the void of fucking while he is not here. That's true. So, yeah. But, other than, than nothing here. You guys are serious going good. I've already said that. I have a problem. Well, let's see. Not really. Back now, because it is what it is. It's not. That's crazy.
Are you okay?
I was trying to fill the void of you not being here. I was just saying shit, and you could clearly later after you finish.
Yeah, I will literally hear it in recording, and I was so confused, probably.
I was just sitting here awkward because I didn't know what else to say.
Oh my god.
I said, how you like, so you can go get it later. I am hysterically loud and clear. Not really, but I'm somewhat hysterically loud.
Actually, I'll be right back. Actually, yeah, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Oh, another awkward moment.
Wow, that does smell. Holy crap.
He's gone again. That's crazy. Yeah. Go check out my YouTube. Favorite on Asking. If you ever watch garbage content or just something of somebody raging, because I don't act for abuse, real soft, no, no faking, fake. That's not what I'm about. Make my content, realistic as possible. Fake shit out here, dog. And you want to see me, I guess, quote unquote, content, you can comment, sub button, leave a like for the boy, because, I'm a raping person. Why not? I'm just, I don't, so I'm not awkward. But I don't know if being out. You don't like being awkward, I don't think you're in it. That's kind of. All we know is about my link in the description. I feel like you should though. We posted some goddamn bangers. I needed this man to play some actual good games. His games are actually kind of nice. I'm just kind of chilling right now. Like, it's actually not too bad.
I think. Are you still there?
I'm still here. I think after whatever I tell, I don't remember what I said, but everybody says what I said.
I think like, I came in, you're just absolutely silent, so I was like, I think he got up. I think he had given up on trying to entertain you, I guess. Oh my god.
I try my best. This is.
I can't even.
I told him, to subscribe to me because, I am a good user. When I actually,
when you actually do uploads, it means that you need to, like, actually have some good quality content.
Or whenever my, Wi-Fi situation or, Xbox, our Xbox situations, gets fixed, within a couple months. AKA, and that new Xbox drop,
There you go, now you realize
it.
I mean, I don't know yet, though. I don't know if I'm actually going to get the Xbox or the PlayStation 5. It really depends on what fighting games come out for each one, or just what games in general come out for them. Because it's like
Infinity comes out for PlayStation. Imagine.
For place?
If that
You say
ever happens,
place
we're going to have
box.
a
I'm like,
problem. I
what?
will actually have a problem with that.
When Halo 5 actually comes out for PS5 instead, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
I'm just like, what? You're telling me probably one of the best games out there for Halo. It's gonna be
on both consoles? It's just secretly? It's like, wait a minute, are you telling me that secretly they actually...
It's like you just got, like, ours is like, just Halo 6.
Yeah.
And for PlayStation, it's just Halo Infinite, so we got that off-brand Halo. No, what they did is they named it Halo 8. They tried to fake us with the 8, and they just put it sideways.
Where did those other two games go?
Right, they was lacking. They was slacking. That Xbox X Series is like too good. They had to drop the console before they could. Like, they was only working on that one game because they thought, other games would be made by then, so.
Damn. They have whole separate teams to make those whole separate games. They've been slacking on doing that and been making other games. Damn, dude.
Yeah, they made that's who made fucking Minecraft Dungeons, so we didn't make other two Halo games. It was like,
damn.
We want to make a roguelike game.
I didn't know Mojang. You mean Dungeon Crawler? Fucking roguelike
Dungeon
game.
Defenders 2.
What do you mean Dungeon Defenders 2? What about that game?
I mean, I actually streamed it. I don't know.
Damn, another game I can't play. Ah! So many games I can't play anymore. Feels bad, man. It's just a feel bad at this point.
It is a feel bad because they're just games that you can't even remotely even.
In some of those games, in some of those games I've played before you, and like you're mentioning them now, and it's like, oh, okay.
I was about to say something. I was like, that's not good. Not sad. That is what I meant.
It's like I've played a decent amount of Dungeon Defenders already, of like the first game and the second, and it's like you mentioned the second one.
Better than you imagine. That's just impressive.
I had the most memeiest reaction. Like, you say that I'm actually better than you, and it's like, I just had the moment of, yeah, like it scales based off of your skill and not actually the characters and the damage that they do and the builds that you make.
I was saying words of outrage because the fact that,
like, it's like every time you say that, it's like I immediately think of the 1,000 things that makes that game not skill focused, or any game that you may mention not skill focused, besides like maybe like an obvious shooter game. That's a mix, actually. No, did not piss me off. It made me think. But no, that's a mix of skill and items. Because you can make the active decision to fuck yourself in that game. And no, that did not anger me. If it did anger me, I would have a massively different reaction. Trust me, I'd probably have a pause with a very bad glare.
He's like, oh no, that doesn't piss me off now. Slowly getting ready to actually come knock on my door talking about, so, ready to get knocked the shit out of? I'm like, see what happened was
already punched you dead in the teeth. Like, I don't want to hear what happened, because I'm gonna tell you what's about to happen.
I'm like, I give you my Xbox, oh, fuck that.
Oh no. Nah, dude. You can't bribe me with materialistic items. I'm not my mom. It's like, Jesus. Oh, mom's gonna hear. Mom's gonna either hear or watch this video and be like, "What do you mean by that?" It's like,
She's not gonna get your door one day. She's gonna yell your name, and but instead of yelling, she's just knock on your door.
Like I step out and she's like, "So what was this about?" It's worse because we're actually kind of famous. So it's like if people actually found out I had a oh shit, people actually found out I had a YouTube channel and they heard this, that'd be really weird.
That would be really weird.
Huh, that's gonna be interesting.
First off, they'll be asking who the fuck is this other dude, because the next one who the fuck I am.
Yeah, you're gonna get famous off of by just nearly existing like around me.
In your videos.
They just the pure like it's funny because I'm thinking about that and then it's gonna be the same and it's gonna be somehow the same with like Ray or fucking LL Pro, whatever fuck people wanna call him, Love, whatever fucking LM. I hate his YouTube channel name. I've always hated his fucking YouTube names. Every single one of them has been fucking horrible, and this current one is by far the worst. That and I think he just now got 1,000 subscribers. Which, great achievement for him, right? But
yeah, that's really good.
It's like, congratulations.
That game is even worse for me. Like, I thought he was having this stroke. Now I thought about it. No, when you say you hate his YouTube, his name on his YouTube channel, I just say, oh, that's his YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not saying I hate his channel. I mean, yeah, there's some videos, actually just one really, or three actually, where I really don't like because, well, firstly, 2 of them was my face, and really weird how it was just my facial reactions, and the third one was something I really never liked, but that ended an entire relationship of mine, but it's like, I don't know, I guess in the face of dealing with that, or seeing his channel, it's weird, and also annoying. Like I said before, congratulations on him, he has 1,000 subscribers. I know for a fact that he worked on that shit for a while, like he, top player in Lifeboat, doing entire group programs and shit like that.
Even if, you already have, it's not easy getting 1,000 subscribers. I'm about to say, unless you, only it isn't easy if you already have, another channel, it's just, second channel.
Yeah.
But, that would be different, but...
he has Smurf accounts for Apex, he's a very, very good player on games. And, him rising up the way he is. Now, honestly, if he just had an editor, he'd already be probably at 1,000 subscribers. He'd be the Raccoon. Basically be Raccoon. Raccoon is the YouTuber that I know of that has several thousand subscribers. I think 4,000.
So when you said Raccoon, I was thinking of Raccoon Eggs. So
no. Wait, is it that? Wait, are these? He has montages for or the main thing he's known of is the little mini videos for Wizards of Legend.
Talking about a whole different YouTuber.
Yeah, we are. And he got really famous off of that. Now, the funny thing is though, he never liked the fact that he actually was known specifically and only for his Wizards of Legend videos. And it's something I realized that some YouTubers get unfortunately forced into particular locks for games because eventually their other videos don't do well. And a good example of what I've learned off of that is from Warframe. Now you know that I don't like Warframe. As my years gone by, me playing it, I've gained a natural visceral emotion of discontent around that game. Yeah, I know I'm saying a lot of actual vocabulary because I do have a massive vocabulary. Writers, it scares people. And most of the reasons why I've gained those feelings is not only because of just me watching or reviewing other people's channels and watching videos and listening to podcasts from Retalius, one of the many YouTubers that focused on Warframe's negative things or downright almost bad things about the game or DE or DE aka digital streams. But a big part that bothers me to this day is how YouTube and specifically Warframe affects the channels they get put on and focused on. If I were to come out to become a Warframe YouTuber, I would have something very unique with my, Warframe YouTube thing. Bet your ass if I try to switch a game after maybe getting, 12k views, it wouldn't even have 90% of those views at minimum. And most of the reason why is because of what people look for and how people are today.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
It's like.
Some people don't.
Since I'm like a scene for me,
Okay, you can
like
go
for
ahead.
me, for me, okay, so since I'm a small YouTuber, it wouldn't hurt if I was let's say I had 10k views and I was still doing Fortnite content and out of nowhere I just switched up to goddamn let's say Halo 5 or some shit like that. I would genuinely get those type of views. Unless it was somehow unless people who actually I would only get about literally about probably 10%, 90 people, 10% of views that I would normally get out of just playing in general, Fortnite. I could upload Halo 5 one day, and then the next day I could upload Fortnite, and I would get no views on the Halo one, but I would get a shit ton of views. I'll go back to my base view count on the Fortnite video. Since I'm a small YouTuber, it won't affect me as much as if I was quote on since I was as being more of becoming a bigger YouTuber, I'd say.
Well, it's not just that. I'm saying in the not just statistical manner. I know you're going on based off statistical and also multiple based off percentage or numbers, but I'm saying in a overall. So what I was gonna say is, when it comes to people, at least nowadays, it's more or less not the videos, not the people that makes the videos. Well, part of it is God, a gay guy plays is the most hated Warframe partner purely because he is the most toxic one out of all of them. And fuck, do I already have a negative opinion or stigma on said people, right? And it's only reinforced when people are that way, have elitism, just genuinely toxic because they feel, they just have a higher state of superiority off of what they see as themselves, etc., etc. And then putting the wall of, unfortunately, they're gay, so me being gay is just a problem to you, and that's the reason why you don't like me. Which is a big issue, and I already have a massive no-no to the whole gay thing.
Yeah.
And it's... And I bet that if... No, actually, no. I won't bet that. Because, unfortunately, due to how our society is, at least on our side right now, America, if he were to upload something else, his video might get more views than mine. My buddy Philip, who I think already had hit 1K way before Ray did, which I didn't talk about him. Philip Coleman is a really cool dude, and he's actually someone I know for many years. He's also Libra, but he's the happiest Libra I ever knew. and it makes me cry every time I think about it, because every Libra I've met up to him has always been a very depressing, had a very horrible like start of life at all, and still is suffering from certain things. And your my views, like top views or general views for our entire channel, all that combined would probably still pale in comparison to Gay Guys Plays, like, you know, maybe fucking Soul Knight, you know, recording, if he decides to fucking record that as a hypothetical. Purely because people just may like who he is. It's a bit rarer to create a channel, at least nowadays, to create it because of the YouTuber.
Yeah.
I think the last prominent one I would say that has been created based off of the YouTuber, that is still huge, obviously, would be Jacksepticeye. I don't watch his videos.
Yeah. I don't watch.
But I would believe that he is one of the last pinnacles of those people that that has a big viewer base based off of what they have as a person compared to what they have in their content. Brent obviously is a good YouTuber, or the Tier Grace cast, I should say, is a great channel. I know I really need to watch Cow Chop. Cow Chop is something that's mentioned by by Brett a lot. You know, obviously the head of the Tier Grace cast, a lot. And if I'm trying to remember, but there was a particular group of YouTubers, or a group of people that were YouTubers that used to exist. There was a lot of actually YouTube groups that used to exist that has been discontinued as years go by. Now obviously that's due to YouTube's ad revenue going and plummeting to shit, and then just some people just not being able to keep those things up. I mean, I don't know if you're old enough to even think of this, but Team Crafted was a thing at one point. Do you have you heard of that before?
Yeah.
And
I've heard of it before.
Yeah, and that
I don't remember it, but I remember hearing about it.
Yeah, so I was there for that. And eventually that first had a member leave eventually, and even got disbanded overall. I don't even remember I don't even know where half of those YouTubers that used to do mostly Minecraft has gone. I know what Beijing Canadian went to do. I don't agree with it, but I know what Sky Does Minecraft also went to do. Once again, I don't agree with it.
It's just something not YouTube related.
It's Sky Does Minecraft is not YouTube related. He went to music and some other thing. I think he's still known as Sky though, but he's very less relevant obviously, because the age of Minecraft has vanished, and now it's kind of the age of, I don't really know what age this is now, because the prominent, I don't know what the prominent thing is. I think it's like the age of really obviously more of Battle Royale, so Apex, what is it? It's like the age for Apex and shit, for Battle Royale, so Apex, what else? PUBG, probably. I don't know if PUBG's things die or not. Warzone for Call of Duty, and obviously Fortnite, with Fortnite originally leading the charge, and then being split up, then its focus being split apart once Apex came in, and they've been at battle ever since, basically, as far as prominent views.
PUBG was out before even Fortnite was a thing.
Definitely.
And PUBG is still played. It played.
It's still played, so but as far as viewer count, it probably has a lot less than Fortnite or Apex. And obviously now Valorant and Bleeding Edge is coming in, but Bleeding Edge seems to be coming in rough, and Valorant is coming in strong actually.
Yeah, because I don't even hear about Bleeding Edge like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen any videos where people are making any memes or anything like that. I haven't seen anything of the bigger channels that usually make memes from games has come out with.
Yeah.
I've seen Salty Fish come out with a video for Valorant, but not for games. not for Bleeding Edge, which I wish he did, but he really didn't. It's really like he really went under the radar. I don't know if he doesn't like the game or if it's just not a game for him. I don't know. Maybe I should fucking actually be active in his Discord and ask him about that, because it's something that actually intrigues me. Because I guess I kind of want more opinions on those games. And really the meta of, gaming, of YouTube gaming now.
Cause like I know there's like guides out there for like certain characters, but there isn't really content.
Yeah, there isn't like YouTube. Yeah, there isn't like YouTube content of just funny moments or just retardation or just really good kill streak moments. Which the part of the reason why there isn't really good kill streak moments is because, well, you don't dish out shit tons of damage in that game. And those who do.
Also, the mods that are here,
the mods for the characters are very subpar.
Yeah.
Like, I understand why is to not make any of the characters broken.
Yeah.
Okay, I shouldn't say that. Okay, actually, I shouldn't say that. There is some characters that have some really unique setups.
Yeah. That's a big, but not all.
There's actually a Blood Leech setup for Damon that I actually used. Now, have I used it effectively ever? Unfortunately, can't experience it. If I had more experience with it, I definitely would have said something by now. But it's... God, this really went full circle, hasn't it? We went back to Bleeding Edge. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's odd. It's like I said before, it's odd to think about the meta, like I said before, for fucking YouTube and for games like Warframe and shit like that. Because it's like when you start getting into those games that are very popular, or you try to use those games that use, I can't say use, but allow those games to enter your mainstream for content, you may have that video that hits. But the downside is, unfortunately, is that some people may only like that one video but not try to get another if you don't have another video for that. Or like it's like you obviously a one hit and miss scenario. Or you may have those people that are actually consistent and actually decide to watch your other videos. Now, obviously, a good example of that is my channel. My channel had, that Reverse video that had hit 800 views on it. I haven't had another video hit 800 views ever since, so far. Right? I even made another Reverse video 4 months later, obviously. And so it shows that it's a good hit or miss scenario, firstly. And secondly, I guess it's overall difficult to try to do that, or try to keep up with those things.
Yeah.
But it's not, I say that, but it's not entirely the case, because, as I said before, if you touch on the popular games, you have the risk of becoming popular based off of that game, but when you start uploading anything else that you may really want to upload, there's a risk of those things not being popular. A good example would be actually someone who started making music on the same channel they used to do videos on for games. And it's something I realized when I was looking through his video, or his things of games. I'm trying to remember what his YouTube channel is. Let me look that up actually, since I'm thinking about it. But his music gets like a whole bunch of views. Like it gets like 20K at minimum, maybe. But his actual videos, like, it's so bad. Like his actual videos get like the most I think I've seen has been like 34. I think at least 34, and that's really bad when you think about it, because Like I think his channel name is Dullavato. And he's done a lot of like music. He's done a couple of musical things with a couple of channels. Even CG5, an actual big like musical channel, or a bigger musician who has a channel. And as far as music, he's very successful in that. And I guess that's probably what and it seems to be that's the only thing he's doing now compared to what he was doing before. He has gone on and off as far as his channel, unfortunately. And his music has been hit before a couple of times, even before. Because at one point, I remember watching one of his videos to see what happened to his music at one point. Because I actually only listened to his music via. I never really listened to much of his music, but I listened to some of it on YouTube. And some of it's good. I like Insanity, that is a cover, that's like a song based on of Doki Doki Literature Club. I would say, oh, I recommend it, but in the same case, it's like, since my taste in music is really unique, and also very bizarre, it's expansive as shit, so it may be not everyone's desire, but if you want to hear it, you can go and obviously listen to it, but I'm not gonna play it in this video, in this podcast or video. But his videos don't get many views. His gaming like streams and videos doesn't get as much attention or I would say love compared to fucking like the music that he made. And it kind of feels like a part of me feels kind of sad about it. Like his channel has 31.6k views.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see. His most recent song is actually a glitch hop song, but it only has 1.6k views because it's not a gaming related song. Compared to FNAF Mode Help Wanted, all glitches all around me, featuring apparently a musician, which was 7 months ago, and that has 112k views. So just to show that's a obviously massive difference between like music and like people's interest. There's the Area 51 song, which it was a meme known as Inside, featuring, like I said before, CG5, and ironically enough, that had had 236k views. Now I think some of that probably came from people who really like CG5's music, because CG5 music is really good. So I would say that half of that has to be based off of CG5, and the other half has to be purely because it is his music. But then again, I'm trying to see if any of the other music that he has that's solo, besides Lifeline. Actually, Lifeline has 221k views, which Lifeline is a good song. It's a Benny and Ape song. But yeah, it's like the rest of his views are not really like that large. Like most of the rest. Okay, so he does have one song that hit 1 million from 2 years ago, which is We Are Aware, which is a Sister Location song. Like 1.6k, that's not bad. Insanity hit 2 million views actually. By Doki Doki Literature Club song, obviously. But none of his other stuff has really hit like big views. Like he has small like there's some small things that exist. What the? On me. Fucking thing rolled off. Hilarious. But yeah, like there's not many things that are. Yeah, there's not many things here that are actually watched. Most of these things are getting like average views. Like 139. I'd say average views. Jesus, like below average really. 139 views, 97 views, 135 views, 603 views, which ain't bad, obviously. Sneaking into CG5's car, featuring CG5. Well, that's funny. What is it? 23k views? That I would think that would have a lot more, but it's not, unfortunately. Let's see. Yeah, he played Skyrim at one point, and he barely reached like 61 views from all the videos I can see. 63, 96, which is only the part 1, which all part 1 episodes usually, for a series always usually get high views, but once you reach past episode 1, it usually dies down. I don't see people's channel views go up as episodes go on, unless it's like the final episode. That's the only time I ever see it go like dramatically. But yeah, like it just kind of goes to show that, I don't know, like the meta for YouTube is, I can't say meta, but like the whole, it's not like as if it's not a meta, because it is the meta. Like, let me look at a fucking Raccoon, right? Raccoon's channel. I don't think. Let's see. Let me check real quick. Raccoon was a legend because that's the only thing he's known. Yeah, a Raccoon. He has 16k views, 16k subscribers, and 97. Wow, the most he has in views from what I've seen is actually, holy shit, 300k. Okay, that's not that bad actually. Okay, most of his shit's pretty spread out. Most of the views that he actually has on his thing is pretty spread out. I think the lowest is actually 13k. Also, I'll have to be right back, because it seems like he is now around. But yeah, it just shit. We'll continue this when I get back, because she's yelling me.
Yeah.
She's yelling like a storm. Also, I'll pause the thing this time so you don't have to sit there and be awkward. Okay. I don't know what the fuck to talk about now.
Me either.
I'm trying to think. It's like, what possible gaming flaws, like what YouTube gaming flaws has been existing lately beyond, people believing that YouTubers are like unhealthy bad people and secretly, I guess, pedophiles. I don't know if like Tobuscus was actually convicted for what was said about him as a rapist or whatever, but to this day I still feel bad for him. He's never been the same still to this day. Obviously he's fell off as like literally as one of the YouTube gods. In fact, like literally he has I think he has only like 6 million subscribers on like both his Tobuscus and Toby game, right? And like his most viewed thing, I think still is Safety Torch, right? No, I'm literally like subscribing. I'm literally like saying that because I'm like looking at everything right now. Wait, no, actually, it's Can You Swing? I Can Swing My Sword. That's actually a song that actually has even more views, with fucking how many? 86 million. It really feels bad on like how everything went down, dude. Like, what's his most recent video? Actually, an hour ago, and it was by it's Fallout New Vegas, which is surprisingly still getting like. It's dead, literally, but it's surprisingly getting like a fair amount of views. You know? It's like 1K. Like, it really hurts to see that, you know? It really hurts. Because... God, I'm trying to think of any other channels that have been like completely devastated by accusations or just law reasons. I know there was one channel that had an assumption that a dude got locked up, but really he was actually in a podcast series. Like he stopped working on his main channel to do a podcast series with other people. So there's that. I'm trying to think of actual channels that kind of just stopped existing or stopped uploading randomly. I can't think of any though. Like I really can't. It's just it's like just unfortunate, really.
Yeah.
I'm just now like kind of thinking like, man, YouTube's always seen as this very great place for videos.
Until you get into it, and then you see all the
you start seeing like through the cracks, and you start seeing through like the difficulty of some things in YouTube, or just even like the downsides of being like, you know, a YouTuber or doing things for YouTube or in YouTube. It's a very obvious thing. It's funny because it's like, oh, you know, some people say that, oh, like, you know, being a YouTuber is very easy to do, when most times people have said, most YouTubers at least, yeah, like most YouTubers have said that they at least spend at minimum 72 hours on YouTube, and I think that's like on a week basis. That's fucking insane from my perspective, because that's like, I think that's me probably doing a double shift, an entire like double shift every week, and like the old job that I had, and that's like fucking insane to think about, that someone sits there and edits their own videos, do all of that, and, you know, probably in some cases for some YouTubers get minimum to none back, potentially. Like, some gets a lot back, obviously. Markiplier gets a lot back, but that's because he's reached that point where he can do whatever he wants. He has, you know, Unis Honest. He has, you know, he has obviously his main channel with Lixian doing the editing for it. I don't know, you know, I don't know Felix's side, or PewDiePie is his name, but I believe that a dude with a billion subscribers, I gotta check that actually, because I don't know if it's a billion subscribers at this point or not. No, just 100 million subscribers. Yeah, like 100 million subscribers. I said billion subscribers. What did I think? Why did I think of a billion subscribers?
So when I was younger, I watched PewDiePie, but now I'm not really watching.
Yeah, I don't really watch PewDiePie either anymore.
A lot of people I used to watch, I don't really watch them anymore. So. I used to watch his Happy Little song and shit like that. But I ain't really used to watch anything else the same thing. I don't think at least. I don't think I.
I forgot that Unbox Theory is like actually a 16 million subscriber channel. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Not a 16. Yeah, no, 16 million subscriber Unbox Theory. But yeah, I don't know if he has an editor or if he edits his own video. I have a feeling that after all this time he probably has obviously his own editor. Kind of like Markiplier with Lixian. I don't know if Jacksepticeye has the same thing. But it's just
like Jacksepticeye, I wouldn't be surprised if he had like more than one editor though.
If he had more than one? Why is that?
Yeah. Just shows like he's been doing YouTube as long as PewDiePie and all other people have.
Yeah, I know. But it's like now
some of them have it, like I'm not saying it's like right, you should obviously stick to one editor unless they can't edit your videos anymore.
I mean, the Tier Grace cast, Brett has 2 editors technically. I'm trying to remember their names. One is Disgrace, and the other one I'm trying to remember what the other one is. Because Disgrace is the dude who left for a period of time due to financial reasons and eventually came back later on. A couple months, like I think sometime last year. But I'm trying to remember the other dude. He's not... Fucking god. I'm trying to remember. Hold on, let me look this shit up. It's been so fucking long.
I didn't watch Drag Race, I kind of just watched it when I was looking for Binding of Isaac stuff. And he popped up, and I was just like, oh, this man's funny. So I just started watching him, Binding of Isaac. I don't think he's always, I'm not sure though.
Wait,
it was he's always in that. Since games that don't really have an online feel, online thing, they most times just people just try to make mods, and it makes the game itself replayable almost.
Yeah, which he covers a lot. He doesn't do it for very long though, but he covered a lot. Ironically enough, actually 2 hours ago he made a new video. The Tier Grace cast made a new video. They do pretty well too, surprisingly, with the time gap of them not doing videos. But that I think a part of that has to do with the fact that they're doing once again basically the Tier Grace staple, which is Binding of Isaac, as far as they're mainly known for, which is very frequent thing. Thank God that they're back to being frequent with their, recordings and everything. I think most of what they used to do was streaming, which now they have the streaming streaming backlog on, their streaming backlog now on, I think what it's called is, my brain is processing, so give me a second. The stream backlog's now in Tier of Disgrace, right? So, that's interesting. And I'm trying to remember what Tierable is, because that's also a channel that they have, or a feature channel that they have. But I think it's just some channels where or some of the videos that they had that they basically re-uploaded for whatever reason. So yeah.
This is kind of tough. It's still based on YouTube, but like I used to do like obviously it's just like strict games and shit like that because still to this day like for people who actually play the game just like just do stuff with the game which I still play. Yeah, pretty fun. But and I started uploading like shit for it. It's back. So like if I was to upload like access review, like any one of those two games, like again, it would just be like fun though. It wouldn't be like serious though. Like I don't take none of that. Like I like it like so like unless I really get back into it, which I don't plan on. I just do it just to like I just play the game because it's fun and it's like probably one of my favorite games to play overall. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like a little. It's on based off. It's still like on the topic of YouTube, but it's just a little bit off topic.
I think when I started doing YouTube videos, it was like maybe sometime 2014. I didn't do gaming videos, mostly because I didn't have the tech for it, and I didn't ask for tech for that. I think if I did when I was younger, it would have definitely it would have definitely gave me a higher chance to actually do videos in general, obviously. And my channel might have been affected by that dramatically and actually been changed to become something what it is not right now, which is honestly a subpar channel. I probably would have had the ideas to do the Terraria story and the Minecraft story stuff a lot sooner, and probably would have actually had enough people to probably even do that, or learn the ability to edit and start doing that purely off my passion of just wanting to try to make a story based off of two games that I kind of gained a lot of enjoyment from when I was younger. But most of the videos that I had, at least when I was younger, before it was deleted, unfortunately, when I was hacked, was literally just me talking back when when I first started my first video. It was like during New Year's, and I still remember to this day. It was when I had my Bluetooth headset. It was gray, and I was wearing a hoodie, ironically, and I was just talking to the camera, and I was just mentioning, hey, this is ground and everything else, just trying to do YouTube and do whatever I can, and just I don't remember the exact words, but I do know that it was definitely New Year's, and I do remember that it was me wanting to try to do YouTube videos. And I still, obviously, we're talking about this now, I still want to do YouTube videos.
I'm kind of saying, but like my motivation is like, I don't know, in a way that I would do it personally. I would do it no matter what. Even if I got up to the point where I could actually just basically live off of it, I would. But my motivation gets a little bit better. I'm actually more committed to uploading a lot more than maybe then I could possibly actually get for the revenue from YouTube. But I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that channel where like this literally I just spread it since like other games like PC games, console games, and mobile games and stuff like that. More than just what I like. Like I still want to play stuff I like to play, but I want to try to expand it other than just being console related.
Or just one game in general. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Which is definitely something, like I said before, is what the meta unfortunately is at the moment. Because even Tier Grace is suffering for that somewhat, Because Tier Grace kind of exploded, honestly, off of Binding of Isaac, because of his editing methods, or their editing methods, and how it expanded off of that. Ironically enough, and this is probably something that not many people did, was I went really far back in his selected playlists or created playlists for his videos, and I watched his Minecraft series. The most beautiful experience I've ever had, by the way. It is the best experience. A lot of people do,
because they'll watch one YouTuber and they'll be like, oh, wonder how that was back then. They never really go back to see like what they used to do before.
Some people don't do that. Yeah, some people don't think about like how a YouTuber was before unless they do a video by themselves on YouTubers reacting to their own past videos. I really was curious because some YouTubers I do that, some YouTubers I don't. Markiplier, since I've always been on and off with him since when I first knew about him, I was technically already there when he was rising in YouTube as much as I was always around PewDiePie when he was rising in YouTube. So I was technically not worried or like not really interested in I'm not interested in going back to when they were at a younger age, because the age of horror, which was basically where that was, the age of horror was a prominent thing. And the main thing back then, because that was when we were much less connected, so horror was the thing we were interested in most of, especially Slender Man, because we, like I said before, communication was a lot less common. Nowadays, Slender Man is a literal joke. And now Siren Head is the reverse of it, because it's, once again, it's basically the new Slender Man. Instead of, him being something that could distort technology, he is the technology we fear, basically. Right?
Yeah.
Which is a very good spin on the idea of the original formula that Slender Man had. Being the mimicry of people's voices and like TV alarms for like if there's like a massive like storm going on or something, or just even recordings of like news and shit, or just a general alarm which scares the shit out of people. And trust me, if I hear that shit dead the woods too, I would also be very terrified, because I've heard.
Like, it'd be different if you knew. Okay, so like whenever it's like shit like that happens, like if you have no idea what the that is, I don't care who you are, if you don't run,
you're asking to die. You're asking to die. Yeah, you're asking to die.
But if you know what it is,
if you know what it is, or you're just some dude who
like, it's still like somewhat dangerous. You'll plan like you'll know what to do before,
Yeah. Or you believe that you're some kind of fucking god who just doesn't have to worry about shit. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, but, aside from literally basically creepypasta ideas, which I don't think Siren Hand isn't ironically creepypasta, it's just made by one dude who has a lot of scary things on his art, which he's always been making scary art photos for for a couple of years now, which every photo can give you a nightmare in its own unique variety or way, which I give high respect for. I would ask for a commission from him purely off the fact that he has such a good way of making art. If I were to make a commission specifically to create a horror creature, I would go to him for it, only because iconically Siren Head is very obviously iconic. Or becoming very iconic, and I'm sure years to come he will be one of the many things that people will mistaken as creepypasta, purely off of the scare factor of existence, and people probably making creepypastas of him as we speak. But enough of obviously mentioning Siren Head. Obviously the current day meta for horror and that genre, or that branch of horror. Brain's processing real quick. It's now interesting to see how some channels, progressed. Like obviously Tier Grace progressed into becoming a 3-man cast I believe. When originally it was a dude playing Minecraft and various other games, and you know, just playing it just for the hell of it. And he's still playing the games that he's playing, I guess, for the fuck of it and enjoying them. Markiplier is obviously the same way. He reached that point where he basically can do whatever he wants. He said it before that he can do whatever he wants. Why you think he made things like the script, you know, the scripted like little movies, videos that he made, like the Markiplier heist, which I believe is probably, well, obviously the biggest project he ever has. But I've never went through the Markiplier heist. I was going to originally, but it's so massive. It's a expansive, like, Markiplier universe, which, like, he's been making for several years already. And he's even doing it in his videos, and he's been doing it in his videos for a while, and it's something I can never keep up with. Purely off the idea of just, like, this dude has been playing this for maybe at least 4 years. This man's been wanting to do this for 4 years, and he finally gets to do it, and it's still going on. I can only imagine what'll happen to where if he decides to be like, I'm gonna make a movie, I think out of all the YouTubers who would be able to make a movie, I think he would be the most successful one. That's all the big group of YouTubers, like, that has a lot of views and more subscribers than views. Purely off the fact of he seems to be competent enough to know what he's doing. He's not Jake Paul. He's not Fred from all those years back. God, do you remember Fred? Was that a thing that you experienced? Uh-oh. Can I even hear him? Oh, no. Oh, no. Can I even hear my boy? I can't hear the boy. Can I hear the boy now?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Could you hear me?
Nope.
God damn it. But I was mentioning, shit, what was the last thing I said then? Hello?
Yeah.
What was the last thing I said then? From what do you remember?
I don't remember at this point.
God damn it.
It was just... Because, like, I had laughed, and then, like, all of a sudden it just went out, and I dropped.
Damn. But I was talking about, Fred was the last thing I was mentioning. It's like, dude, the most competent person who probably would be who make a movie of current time that is a YouTuber would be Markiplier, because he's been making, you know, in-depth things for his little, like, reality as far as videos and everything, his skits, for about maybe 4 years at least. And he finally has obviously the power to do it. And if he were to make a movie, I think it'd be very successful, not retarded like Jake Paul, like the Paul movies, you know, that or the Paul movie that existed, which was somewhat okay from some people's perspective. I never watched the movie. I'm never going to. Sounds fucking horrible. Sounds like a horrible decision. But, yeah. Or the Fred movie, if you, it's, I don't know if you watched that movie. It was on Nickelodeon. It was hosted with Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, or, like, so you were there when Fred was a thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because...
I used to watch the show, so...
I watched the show, and I listened to some of the Fred songs, and...
Yeah.
It's interesting that now he's grown up to be like a competent person, ironically. But like, yeah.
I don't know what he looks like now.
He still looks pretty much the same. Like, you can probably look him up. He pretty much looks about the same now.
He gets more of a, I would say, like, I know how to describe it.
Like, he doesn't have the retarded face. He actually has a resting, normal, human-looking face. He doesn't look fucking retarded, like the Fred persona that he had for those years back.
Yeah.
He actually looks like an actual person you probably meet and just say hello to, and
Like
wouldn't,
just a normal person,
yeah,
like
like
you wouldn't even know.
like a normal
so
person.
unless
Like you would
you
know,
unless you
if
know the
you,
show.
yeah, if you
Like,
knew the show back then, or if you watched his YouTube channel and how it grew up to become something as big as it did, and he sold his YouTube channel for what it seemed, which was which obviously was a great choice when you think about it.
yeah.
It's, I don't know, it's odd. Another YouTuber that I'm thinking of now is Sugar Conroy. I don't know if you ever watched him, but his channel grew to an actual pretty respectable size. It's still growing. I'm just now afraid, the man is like 30, that I'm gonna end up growing into watching the man die. He out of all of this, out of all the channels that I'm worried of, he's the one I'm worried of the most. I love Tira Grace, don't get me wrong, I love his videos, but
Yeah.
I can go back in time to where those videos, I could eventually erase my mind, go back to his videos, and rewatch them, and I'll enjoy it. I bet your ass right now, I have no memory of actually watching the visual videos of Minecraft, and I could go back into that playlist where he played Minecraft and laugh my ass off all over again over the same jokes that I probably laughed off about 2 years ago. But I will never be able to go back to Sugar Conroy's channel if he dies. A part of it is because Emil, his actual name, was someone I watched when I was a child. A lot of the games that I wanted to play as a kid, him and those from the Runaway guys used to do not streams, but let's plays of, and something about let's plays nowadays is not exactly the same as back then. Now, it's obviously edited now and everything else, but the classic feel of let's plays feels almost more nostalgic and natural compared to the edits. The edited ones are usually more funny, obviously, because it usually gives the best parts, but a full unedited video of a let's play is a bit more special, but in a child way. It's a bit more nostalgic in a childlike way. So, this is before, if and when someone of the old era, I would say, that is of a smaller channel perishes, it's gonna be like very bad. Like, at least in my view, because it's like there goes an old king, basically, an old god. Long live the king. And obviously that'll be the case obviously for Felix. Like, everyone's gonna be affected by him. Like when Etika died, like shit, everyone got hit by that, obviously.
Yeah.
Fucking Muda, fucking fucking H3H3, fucking like every YouTuber, from the critics to the assholes to just the gamers, everyone's affected by it. That's, well, firstly, it's because it was fucking suicide, and secondly, because it was a big and very influential person. It wasn't even just the channel, and it's something that mentioned by Muda from Some Ordinary Gamer. He's the only person in Some Ordinary Gamer. I don't think there's a cast for them for that channel, but it's purely the mentioning.
I remember waking up when, like, in the morning or whatever, and I checked for Etika, and I'm like, oh. I feel like, because like it was like all on Twitter and shit. I was like,
yeah, like whenever I woke up to the notification that the dude committed suicide, I don't know why, but I think that time period was already very much of a struggle for me. I don't remember when he died. Actually, let me look at this. It was 11 months ago. Or no, like about a year ago at least. And apparently Etika's channel got deleted. Unfortunately as well. But during that time period, I think I was actually like in a really bad patch. Like emotionally already. So seeing something like that occur is like, man, death is just so fucking cruel. Or like life is so fucking cruel. Like now I'm talking about obviously something more somber, but it's feels kind of bad, dude. It really does. Like as before, that was an very, very influential person. You know, someone who seemed very positive. At least commonly, whenever I seen like his videos and everything else. I didn't see very many because I didn't watch very many. And now I never can because the dude's dead and they removed his channel, unfortunately. I wish there's probably that selective group of people that probably basically rebuilt his channel video by video and is now somewhere hidden in the digital sea or somewhere in the digital sea that I could probably see or check out, but you know, that probably never happened because I just have other things to do anyway. Just life is filled with shit. But there's going to be, unfortunately, a wave of death that's going to come upon YouTube. Because YouTube's been around for 14 years. It's going to take another 20 years for it to start. But Etika's not even the first, really. There was a Warframe YouTuber who passed. And there was a day for when a whole bunch of people from that said Warframe, and there was a day when Warframe, everyone went into a relay and basically paid respects to that dead YouTuber. I don't even remember if it was a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, but I do remember that that's that thing. And it's funny because I'm remembering now that I've watched a video where someone had a conversation saying it's not too common that a YouTuber dies. That's true. It's not that common that a big YouTuber passes away. It really... Unfortunately, though, that... It's unfortunate that it is still true that eventually those of the bigger variety, because they're all very similar in ages, they're all very close in ages, those of the greater YouTubers, very close in ages. Even Tobuscus is, I think, around very close age to Felix. And they'll eventually, like, the wave of death will eventually hit them. I don't know how, but it's going to be horrible when it does, because a lot of those gods, basically, like if I'm thinking of Melee, because there's a bit of context for that, during a period of time, there was a concept known as the Five Gods, and at the current time, 2020, there's only one quote-unquote god left, and in Melee, and that happens to be Hungrybox, the unfortunate most hated god amongst the five that existed, purely because he played Jigglypuff in Melee, or he plays Jigglypuff in Melee, and he's now the #1 player. I think that happens for him. I always liked Hungrybox. Not many people liked Hungrybox for a long period of time. And
I'll be right back.
Alright. Well, since it's just gonna be you and I for a bit, I hope y'all are enjoying this podcast. If you do, I hope to see some comments down in the video, and eventually even a like, possibly a subscribe, and you know, if you really want others to hear about it, share it to others, or share it with others. I like to hear y'all's opinions on things, possibly even give me topic ideas for future videos or podcasts. Until then, I hope y'all enjoy.
no matter what you